So everyone seems to be focused and building their own PropTech ecosystem.
The space is so big, it can accommodate, more than a single player.
So as we are talking about the PropTech sector, so everyone seems to be focused and building their own PropTech ecosystem, like InfoEdge backing 99 acres. There are Square Yards, Anrock, Broker Network, and Abhinandan Lodha backed companies like Zanadu, Multi Living, Bonito Design. So we are seeing a bit of a play of ecosystem at your end too. So in the race, what do you think will be the key differentiator?
Look, one of the things to keep in mind, Kritika, is that as I mentioned, real estate is a large sector. It is a large chunk of our GDP. It is, the second largest employer, which makes it a big market for various players to do well. I think the various names you've taken all are operating in certain different parts of the market. As far as a platform business is concerned, in terms of people searching for real estate and looking to buy online, there are a few players out there, including housing.com. And I believe that the biggest differentiator in this sector for anyone is going to be, at the end of the day, consumer experience.
True.
Buying a home, continues to be a challenge for consumers. It is one of the most important purchase decisions of their life. It is emotionally charged. It is the most expensive purchase decision they make. It is something where the cost of going wrong is high. It is a process which is fraught with a lot of nerves. And the experience, frankly, even today, is still not the smoothest. It's still not hassle free. So, anyone who can provide that hassle free experience to the consumer and provide an experience where the consumer is delighted, I think will emerge as the winner in the space. But having said that, the space is so big, it can accommodate more than a single player who's trying to build their own sort of ecosystem. It's just the scale of the country, just the geographical spread, and we are yet to see the tier 2 markets play out, which I think over the next 10 years are going to become big markets in their own right. So the opportunity is big for multiple players to succeed, include us.
So I want to understand and make me understand about this, the PropTech sector, where I'm looking at all the companies, the ones which I've mentioned. Everyone are opening a different verticals under them. It's a huge umbrella of solutions provided. But in coming time, do you think our PropTech sector is still fresh rather than having a complete lot of verticals under us? Don't you think later on it might create a monopoly business or monopoly key players which are holding the major chunk of the market?
Firstly, look, I'm not a great fan of monopolies. It's never
Yeah.
good for the consumer. It's always good for consumers to have choice, which is very, very important, and which is why I always like the idea that there are more than one, there's more than one player, because it keeps all of us intellectually honest and keeps us on our toes, which ultimately is good for the consumer. But having said that, there are certain businesses which do tend to have a few players, which the consumers can go to. I mean, if you look at food delivery today, you have Swiggy and Zomato.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard, for 5 more players to do well in this space.
True.
Even
Yeah.
if you look at e-commerce, right? You have Flipkart and you
Amazon,
have
yeah.
Amazon, and even the others who are trying to make inroads. It's not going to be straightforward for them. You have Jio trying to make inroads, but of course they are well capitalized, so
True,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure they'll do a good job. But it's still tough. You still won't see 5, 6, 7 players out there. I think same goes for digital real estate. When people are searching for homes, whether it's for buying a home or renting a home, or if there are owners who are looking to sell a home or rent out their home, you're not going to have 10 digital players doing that. You're going to only have a few. So many of the names you've taken are not digital real estate players in that sense. They are part of the real estate ecosystem for sure, but they are functioning more like a traditional bricks and mortar business. In terms of marketing companies which truly function online, there are only a handful of players, and it's going to be very difficult for new players to disrupt that, at least in the immediate future. But again, we are ultimately in the tech business, and we are always looking at new models which are out there and could potentially disrupt us. So in that sense, we're not complacent. But yes, we also do recognize the fact that in this sector, you're not going to see a lot of players emerge, at least on the search and marketing side, because once brands are established and people are getting the right experience, it's very hard for too many players, to coexist. But we still believe there's enough room for at least 3 or 4 players to do well.